Well, welcome back to the Investor Shed podcast. My name's Nick Beveridge. We're so glad you're here. Jeremy, good morning.
Good morning, Nick. How are you doing?
Doing good.
Yeah?
Jeremy, well, I'm doing fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Did we we got rid of all of our inner aggression right before the show. We just had a vent
Yes.
fest for the last 10 minutes. We're like,
We had a
life
we had a
sucks.
guy- we had a guy moment
Yeah, we
where
did.
we were talking about how much we love Mother's Day.
Yeah, just absolutely our favorite holidays.
It's our favorite holiday, and I'm sure it's all men's favorite holiday.
Yeah.
Because it's the perfect day to just get everything right.
Yeah. There's no way you could do anything wrong.
Right. No matter how hard you try, I mean, it's not going to be good enough, but at least you feel like you made progress.
Yeah. Progress. We're looking for progress, not perfection.
Right.
Father's Day sucks too, though. To be honest with you, it's
Father's Day is not that great.
we were talking about our favorite
But we don't
holidays,
care.
and we came to the conclusion that Halloween is it.
Halloween's the one. Halloween's our favorite holiday.
Look, there's no financial obligation to buy people gifts.
Nobody's fighting.
Yeah, I just dress up like Waluigi and I go around the neighborhood and collect candy for free.
Everyone's getting a healthy dosage of protein in their Reese's.
Yeah, and the Reese's Fast Breaks.
and the Reese's Fast Breaks,
Right.
and the classic cups.
Yeah, there's about a gram of protein I think in those cups. Which
Everyone's
if you're
got their
a,
protein.
if you're a min-maxer like that, just eat a shitload of Reese's.
Oh yeah, everyone's having a good time.
Yeah, no, it's good though. But other than that, how was your weekend? Otherwise,
Weekend was great.
Good.
Yeah. Nice. We're having such great weather.
Yeah.
If you are listening back on this and it's snowing out, I apologize. Right now, it's really nice.
yeah.
It's late spring.
Or if you're in a third world country that's on fire, we apologize for that too. North Idaho's pretty
Yeah,
nice
if you're
right
listening from Venus, that's got to suck. It's got to be hot.
now. Damn scorcher on Venus.
But you're probably not.
People on that planet hey.
You're probably listening because you're a small business owner.
Yeah.
Or you want to invest in real estate.
Yeah.
And I think today we should chat a little bit about using AI in your business
From
and
out
how.
of left field.
What is going to be a proper first use case?
Yeah.
If you really haven't messed with these tools.
Mhm.
Last week we talked about projects
Mhm.
and actually how to use AI properly to where you're not giving it a new prompt every time or trying to reteach it who you are and what
Yeah.
your business is or what the job is.
Yeah.
And so if you haven't heard about projects, definitely check out the previous episode. Especially before we go into this one.
Yeah.
Because I want to talk about probably one of the best use cases I can possibly think of when you're first really trying to implement AI into your business. And that is if you are an existing business owner
Mhm.
and you have years of messy data, there is a process that AI is really, really good at helping with.
I'm
And it is
listening.
enriching your contacts. Have we talked about this much? I don't think
I think we
have.
talked about it briefly, but let's kind of dive into it on this episode because this is something that me as a I guess quote unquote small business owner,
Yeah,
I have a hard time with.
that's okay.
And that's okay. I
So-
think I can get a benefit out of this as well.
So
Welcome
he-
to Nick teaching me about AI.
That's
everybody.
okay.
Yeah.
Here's what I've learned about business over the last decade or so.
Mhm.
And it's not that I stumbled upon it. It's like big founders teach.
Sure.
This is it. The whole, like most businesses, it's all about client
Mhm.
or customer acquisition
Mhm.
and retention.
Yeah.
And when you have a good system and a good CRM with healthy notes, healthy, fresh, real, accurate data,
Mhm.
it is easier to sell that business and exit that
Sure.
business. Way easier.
Sure.
It's also easier to run that business and hire and scale it and have hired help of people that can jump into a database and, somebody calls and they've dealt with your business before, and then you can just kind of start punching in their phone number or name.
Yeah.
And everything pops up, who they are, what their address is, any notes about them, any
Yeah.
past experiences or transactions that they've done in your business.
Mhm.
And especially like real estate agents, they struggle with this really hard. And
Yeah.
like you're in your media business,
Yeah.
this is something that you want to be done. It's not, as a small business owner, it's probably one of the biggest that I can think of. One of the biggest things that everybody should be doing that almost nobody does.
Yeah.
And that is having a really strong, rich, clean CRM.
Yeah.
And you can get there.
Mhm.
There are tricks and hacks that I'm going to go over
Okay.
on how to clean up a decade, if needed,
Sure.
of messy notes or just not there. Like there's so many people that maybe should be in your database that just aren't there.
Yeah.
And maybe you're confused on how to go get them and you just constantly going through your memory banks of people.
Yeah.
And, oh, yeah, this is an opportunity that I totally lost it on. I should have put them in there. I have people that I've done business with that aren't even in the CRM.
Right.
Yada, yada, yada.
Okay. No, I love this. And I think like this is a really good thing to talk about.
Yeah.
A lot of people's notes, like I'm going to go into my own specific details on how I keep notes and how I can be better. And maybe you can help me out with that while
Sure.
we're talking. But like as like a real estate photographer, the main contact points I usually get are email, phone, and name.
Yes.
That's about it.
Okay. That's better than most.
Right.
But it should definitely start there.
But yeah, but I should definitely start there.
Contact info.
Right.
Name, first name, last name, email, phone number.
Right. But what I'd like to get to, and I think we've talked about this before, but like I would like to get to a point where like I have their birthdays on file and I have their addresses on file.
Yeah.
And I write them a handwritten note on like before their birthday and send it out. You know what I mean? Just in the mailer with a $5 coffee card or something like that.
Now, anyone that you've done business with,
Mhm.
do you have a way of already having their address? Like, do they have to put in their credit card info and address and stuff when they pay you?
It all goes
anything
through
like that?
Square, so I don't like get their info. Square just
Okay.
pays me if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I get to see like the last four of the card, of course, but I don't think it says like much more info than name on the card. Last
Yeah, we
four.
don't need people's credit card.
Right.
Like that, like their actual number, but
Yeah,
just their address and stuff.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, I mean, that's a big thing too. That's
Mhm.
just important to have.
Yeah.
If you want to market to these people in the future,
Yeah.
by mail or thank you cards or holiday cards,
Right.
that kind of stuff.
And this goes into this. You talked about, acquisition and retention of clients and customers. This would be the retention department.
Yeah.
Specifically, like, you start getting big, and have you experienced churn at all? Like people falling off, going with other people.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
That's how you know,
Tons of it.
like when you don't have enough time to service them at the capacity they want, they will find somebody else.
Yes.
And loyalty in this business, in our business, I guess, is something that you can't buy.
It's got to be earned.
Yeah, it does have to be earned. And even if you earn it, like
And
one
that's
little
most businesses.
most businesses, like one little misstep will like divert them from that path of loyalty.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's so crazy. Like, I mean, like
Yeah.
I could do 100 things right, like really right, and then I
Yeah.
could do like one thing kind of wrong, and they're like, all right, next guy.
Yeah.
And that's
But
okay.
people can
Like,
forgive you.
yeah, I don't think it's ever personal, but it's just like a business decision.
And that's the point of having, if you only have time in the day to deal with a couple of people, but you have hundreds of people
Yeah.
or thousands of people in your database, it's a numbers game.
Yep.
It's still a numbers game,
Yep.
but but what I wanted to talk about is just like what I've found so far to be one of the best AI use cases
Mhm.
when I think everybody eventually will implement AI into their business
Sure.
slowly with more and more tools.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of when, not if. But one of the first things that I've again that I noticed, one of the big projects we wanted to do is enrich the database, because
Yeah.
that was one of the sloppiest things that we have in our business.
Yeah.
Is if you actually go try to pull up a contact. I mean, I think we're better than most, but still it could be way better.
Yeah, I do believe. I think you're better than most too.
So we had a database that I started building when I, right when I got into real estate in
Mhm.
2011 by myself. And what I heard, I didn't even know what a database was or a CRM or anything like
Right.
that. And I remember listening to these Gary Keller, the founder of Keller Williams Realty, going over this old video of like how to keep a CRM and how to keep a Rolodex basically of clients and how to build it up. And he taught in this old video
Mhm.
that you have a box of index cards. Did I ever tell you this story?
I don't think so. No.
So I went out and I bought a box that I would shove, and I had a bunch of index cards.
Mhm.
And you'd have 2 index cards for each potential customer or
Sure.
client.
Okay.
And one would be all their hard data, all
Mm-hmm.
their regular contact information, like first and last name, email, address, all their hard just regular info.
Yeah.
And then the other card would be notes on that, like, again, their name and stuff, but just notes about them.
Sure.
And you would have one section in your box that's just like listed from A to Z with little tabs and you'd put their last name in there as the contact is there somewhere. And
Right.
then there'd be another list of tabs from the months of the year, January through
Oh,
December.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
And then you would basically take the notes and you would shuffle it to somebody. So if I was calling somebody randomly and said, yeah, I'm just, we met at the bank the other day. You mentioned that you might be looking for a house. They're like, yeah, maybe, why don't you get back to me in like 2 or 3 months? And we can talk about that. I'm going to be visiting here again soon or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I think, okay, cool. 2 to 3 months. That tells me I should really follow up with them in like a month.
Right.
So, if it's February, I take that card, I make some notes, and I move it over into March.
Okay.
And I just place it in there for March.
That's like a to-do then, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And then within that March, there's also another bunch of tabs of like the 1st to the 31st.
Sure. Okay.
And you would move that depending on what month it is into each box. So it's this big box of index cards, and it's your CRM, all handwritten, and you're just shuffling cards as you talk to people and when to get a hold of them next. And then, and you're just working from whatever date it currently is.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a messy process, but it worked.
Yeah.
And
it's better than not taking notes at all. 1000%.
And that's what I did for probably the first 3 months of real estate. I carried and I rode my bike, to work.
Yeah.
With a backpack, and it was a chick bike motorcycle.
Sure.
I didn't have a car when I first started.
Was that the
was my
Ruckus?
CRM. It was a Honda Rebel.
Oh, Rebel, that's
250.
right. Yeah.
And so I had my CRM on me that I traveled with.
Yeah.
And it was this box I put in my backpack as I traveled
Crazy.
on a motorcycle. And that was my first 3 months of real estate.
Yeah.
Showing up to the office, pulled out my box, and I would just work that.
Yeah.
And I'd show up and I'd show people houses, usually in the rain.
Yeah.
With my
sopping wet box.
Sopping wet.
So funny.
Sopping wet, yeah. Just because it rained a lot in Florida in the afternoons. And I didn't have a car, so I was just always like, yeah, I didn't check the weather this morning. That's fine.
I brought the wrong vehicle.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to come off as poor on these appointments. You know what I mean?
You don't want to say, oh, I don't have a car.
Yeah.
But thanks for trusting me with your.
I'm sure those people in Florida knew damn well that you didn't have a car. Because
I'm sure
this dude lives in Florida. It rains every day. Like,
yeah.
What do you mean he didn't check the weather?
Young and dumb.
I know.
Anyway, 3 months later, Keller Williams Realty comes out with this eEdge thing, and it's this CRM online that's provided by I think it was called Market Leader. But and I was just like, holy crap, this would be a lot easier than that box I'm carrying around.
Yeah.
And so I was able to make online notes, and this was just something that lived in the cloud through a login with Keller Williams Realty.
Yeah.
And I can start putting in all my clients there, and it's all just like one page, and you set up a task for, okay, if somebody says, get back to me in a couple months, then I just schedule it for like a month from now, and then that'll just pop up in my task of things to do. And you keep track of this person and make little notes about what you talked about. And, way back then I learned about real estate teams and stuff, and I knew I wanted to grow a scalable business one day. So I just had it in my head that I was also going to write it in the third person.
Sure.
So I had the vision someday that somebody else might be looking at these notes, and maybe we'll contact this person one day and they can see, oh, Nick met with them and showed them this house on this date or whatever.
That's a good idea.
Just so that there's some sort of history and some context with every person in our database, just like a dental office would have, because the dentist office, there's a front desk person and they're making calls and scheduling stuff, and like a doctor's office too. And everyone's got a CRM of this is the person and this is when they were last here. These are the rabies.
This is what we did.
They have rabies. They got the shot, whatever.
At the dentist office.
At the dentist office. I'm joking, but you know what I mean. And so I just had it in my head that this is one day other people will look at this, and it was hugely valuable. This was like 3 years later.
Sure.
but when I finally had somebody to join my team, they were able to look at my old notes and make and
Yeah.
actually lead generate off of that,
Yeah.
so that these contacts were actually worth something.
Yeah.
If that makes
It
sense.
absolutely
Like,
makes sense.
you can leave notes and leave a trail and breadcrumbs for
Mhm.
somebody else to handle in the future
Yeah.
if you scale your business, and
And
that's
suddenly, like, that cold lead that somebody on your team might call is essentially warm. Like, "Hey, it seems like you worked with Nick on our team last time," you know what I mean?
yeah,
And
yeah,
specifically you
saw some
talking
houses over in Winterfield, how was that, you
yeah.
know?
You, specifically you talking in the third person, I think that's really good, valuable information, Nick. So somebody can just pick it up and be like, "Oh, okay, I see exactly what happened." Not like,
Yeah,
"I did this, I did this." Everyone's
not
like, "Who
this.
is I? Like, how can I make this? This wasn't
Yeah,
me."
and it's not just a name
Yeah,
with no context, because then you never know, was this person ever even spoke to a real estate agent on our
right.
team? Or were they buying a house, selling a house?
Yeah,
What is their plan?
yeah.
So it's really helpful when you're building a legit business to keep track of this stuff.
Yeah.
And it is a pain,
Mhm.
but it doesn't have to be if you just get in the habit of it.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's
Um,
walk us through that then because mine's a mess.
yep. So
How do I start making it not one?
here's what I've thought of, and I use the help of AI too
Mhm.
to if I was doing a poor job, because I have been,
Sure.
I wasn't
We're
always
human.
this disciplined. I was disciplined at first when I had a lot less, when I had more time than I had
Yeah.
opportunities.
It feels like a time filler rather
Yeah.
than like
So I
a
started off real
necessity.
clean cut. When I got into real estate, I mean, I wore khakis. Of course, I didn't have a car, but I treated the business very seriously.
Sure.
And everyone I talked to, I called everyone. I emailed everybody. I made notes. I took it very seriously, like it was a job.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to get fired.
Mhm.
These days, I'm so much worse. And a lot of people are, because I have more opportunities than I have time.
Sure.
And I'll just respond to things. I'll show up to listing appointments, and I'll have some other people do stuff on our team. But it's still very important to like have this database
Yeah.
that people can come back to. And this is our command center.
Mhm.
This is our clients are our business.
Right.
And if we don't have any contacts on our clients, we don't really have a business.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
So over time, um, we got sloppier here and there. Sometimes it was good, sometimes it was
Mhm.
bad. Sometimes we miss putting people in the database
Yep.
a lot.
Mhm.
Sometimes the only people in the database are just kind of leads that come in off the internet.
Yeah.
But we don't make good enough notes. You might be working with somebody in your sphere and they're still not in the database, but you've sold 2 houses
Right.
with them.
I've got contacts on my
Um,
phone that don't have a name or anything attached to it.
Yeah.
It's just a number right now.
Yeah, some of our
Like,
best
people have used
clients
this.
weren't even in our database.
Yeah.
But here's a way I was able to figure out how to solve this. I'm like, okay, let's put my head down. What do we have if
Mhm.
we don't have good enough data in the database?
Sure.
There's good data in our phones.
Yeah.
There's good data in our emails.
Mhm.
There's good data in our Facebook.
Yeah. It's true.
There's good data in our Facebook messages.
Mhm.
There's good data in my assistant's email.
Yeah.
There's good data in my old phone.
Okay.
There's good data in my phone before that.
And you still have those?
Yes.
Nice.
I don't here's what I'd recommend if you're serious about business like I am.
Mhm.
Never delete your messages or throw away your old phones.
Yeah.
Never delete emails. Always just have there's no point. No
Right.
point to deleting any of that. You can always go back and mine data.
Sure.
So I had my iPhone, which I've been using for the last couple of years.
Mhm.
Before that, I had a Samsung Galaxy S20, which I had for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And before that, I had a Samsung S9 that I used for about 4 years.
Gotcha.
So I have approximately 8 years of good data of people I've had phone calls with,
Yeah.
people I've text messaged, people I've emailed, people I've Facebooked,
Mhm.
transactions that happened in our emails. We've had if you're a real estate agent, sometime in your email, eventually, if you're doing a transaction, the address shows up with the buyer or the seller.
Yeah.
You'll see, you'll have emails from the title companies
Mhm.
with settlement statements in there.
Yeah.
And if you have an assistant too, and you have access to their Gmail, you can get all that data too.
Sure.
So what I had to do was, I said, okay, let's figure out a way to have my OpenClaw agents have access full access
Yeah.
to my Gmail account
Sure.
and full access to my assistant's Gmail account that we set up that not just, Sabra has, but like before her, Sam had.
Sam
And
had it.
before Sam, this other person had it.
Yeah.
It's this rolling email that we just switched the name, but it's still the same email
Sure.
account that nothing gets deleted.
Yeah.
So we have hundreds of thousands of emails
Mm-hmm.
over, mine 15 years and the other one 8 years. And we have hundreds of thousands of text messages on these phones.
Yeah.
Thousands of phone calls.
Right.
Phone call history between people.
Mm-hmm.
We have a couple thousand friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
Messages with a bunch of them.
Sure.
People have commented on stuff.
Right.
So I wanted it to have full access to everything, go through everything and start. And here's our old database of messy stuff.
Sure.
Clean it all up.
Yeah.
That was the quick instructions. Obviously, this is a big, long process of how to clean it up.
Right.
But what I had in my head was I want somebody, like if I really wanted to clean data, I can go to one person in my database and I can search them on my email, see if I ever had any email contacts with them.
Okay.
If I had all 3 phones here, I can search by their phone number and see, have we had any phone call history in the past or text message history? Look through that.
Right.
Are they a friend on Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have the right name, their spouse information,
Sure.
where they currently work, all that stuff. And how long would it take to go through 4,000 people?
Sure.
And do that same thing where you're just kind of cross-referencing any emails that you've had, text messages, phone calls between all these different, phones and email accounts.
Yeah.
And like, if I didn't make any good data in my CRM, could I extract data from those?
Sure.
And it turns out, yes.
Yeah.
Lots of good data.
Okay. So let's break this down here real quick. So before AI, like obviously, like if you were to do this and go back through, your 4,000 contacts or whatever it is, and mine good data for your CRM and get it up to date, how long would that take you, do you think, to like do 10 clients? Like just like find your top 10 A's or whatever, go down the list. How long would that take you to like mine the data before AI and like make it into a CRM valuable material?
Well, let's start. So one person, if I were to, find somebody, a name somewhere on my phone.
Sure. That's what I was like, average of 10. I don't know, just like.
Well, let's figure out how long it would take just to look at one.
Yeah.
I would say a solid 5 to 10 minutes for one person.
Yeah, easy.
Right?
Yeah. Probably more than that.
Probably more than that. But if you were to,
the odds of you getting distracted and doing things and taking
depends
calls.
on how good you are with tech and like being able to like quickly search email history and read all that stuff.
Yeah.
Depends on how much context you've had with this person too.
That's kind of the average.
Or not. But okay, let's say 10 minutes per person.
That feels very fast, but I'm sure like you're quick at it. So
maybe an hour and a half to go through just 10 random people and try to get as much context as possible. And also make new notes of who this person is and then put them in my database with all everything that I could possibly have on them.
Yeah.
Address.
That feels
name, any notes of conversations in the past kind of summarized.
Right.
Like AI summary.
Sure. Yeah, that feels quick, but just for context, let's say that's the number, right? Because I mean, like, obviously you got to like create your CRM, you got to create the new thing, put the name in, put the address, make sure you're looking at the thing.
Yeah, maybe more than a couple hours.
I don't know, like
maybe 10 people might be a half a day project.
Sure.
If you were really doing that much, as much data mining as I instructed my AI to do.
Yeah. Okay, cool. How long did it take you to do it for AI?
Well, so there were a lot of different series and rounds of data mining, and I made a lot of mistakes as I went, and it was a lot of back and forth, but good things are coming out of it.
Right. Okay.
But just to give you an example, let's see, we went right here. One sec. I've got some of this up.
Yeah. I'm just asking because I want to know like the benefits of like giving AI access to all your stuff, of course, and how it can actually optimize your life very quickly.
Yeah. So there was a good example here that it made. If you were just to hire a virtual assistant to do this,
Mm-hmm.
how much could they? Okay, so you might just be thinking to yourself, why have AI? Why not just hire like a virtual assistant?
Sure.
Okay, so can a virtual assistant go through 100,000 text messages and settlement statements and Facebook friends in 90 minutes for $5?
Okay.
Probably not.
No, probably not. Would we like it
like
to?
that,
Sure.
that just doesn't exist
Right.
unless it's a supercomputer
Right.
to go through that much.
Sure.
But that's essentially what, like, it can do those kind of things. I think this whole process maybe cost $100.
Okay.
But it was done in so many different segments, and
Right.
it was like, okay, we're gonna run this.
It wasn't just like one mining session. You kind of reran.
Yeah, it might run for an hour to 4 hours.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of, okay, now we're going through all the emails and all the settlement statements and
Sure.
trying to piece together puzzles. So
Okay.
it's making this huge. It's just, there's puzzle pieces everywhere, and it's like, okay, I've got to do the borders.
Yeah.
You know,
I got to find all the pieces that make sense
work
first.
on all the borders. This will take about 4 hours.
Okay.
Maybe. Oh, looks like it was done in 2.5 hours, and for half the budget that it thought.
Yeah. Great.
There was a lot of that.
Yeah.
Some of it was inaccurate. You had to go back and double check things. So the good thing is, I went through I've been doing this for a month.
Okay.
We're almost done.
Okay. Nice.
And there were mistakes throughout it, but could be solved with better prompts.
Sure.
So all this can be replicated much faster the second time around. If I had to do this all over again, it would probably take 2 days instead of a month.
You could sell that system.
And it recommended that.
I'm
it's like, dude, you're building a pretty good playbook here for small business client enrichment.
As soon as you said that, like, you got rid of all the mistakes, and I'm like, dude, just like sell that thing for $10, you know?
Yeah. Well, it thought it was worth a lot more.
Yeah.
This depended on the size of business and stuff.
Sure.
But just the whole process that we've basically been creating of how to mine all these sources and how to go about it in a way where also it's constantly going back and forth through my database too and updating it directly.
Yeah.
Instead of okay, let's crush, delete the whole database. We're starting again.
Right.
It's been able to like extract all the data and put it on one of my Mac computers, all the hard data there. And it's been enriching it from there and creating new files on its own.
Okay.
As it goes with better and better notes.
Cool. So it's all linked up to your Go High level, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah. So it's basically, I'm using a combination of tools. I'm basically using the desktop web browser version of Claude in a project to orchestrate it all.
Okay.
And then it is deploying Claude code directly into one of my terminals, depending on what computer I'm using.
Sure.
And it already has Tailscales, or it can SSH into any of my computers as I need it to.
Yeah.
And it's decided to put everything on like this one computer. So anytime it's working on it, it will just kind of, the Claude code will just go to that one, and it's doing all the work there.
Gotcha.
And then it's trying to do as much as it can to save money by using Google's APIs through Gmail.
Okay.
And also, and it's my own Mac subscription through Claude.
Yeah.
Before it starts doing a lot of the heavy reasoning, then it might have to do some Grok API calls.
Right.
And also using a combination of Anthropics too, the API calls to run the overnight projects.
Sure.
If that makes any sense.
Not at all.
That's
okay. You're like way heavier into AI than I am. I like to use my Grok to make it tell me stories about Pikachu and boners. Like
desktop stuff.
Yeah. No, but like what you're doing is like definitely next level, of course. And yeah, that's a cool thing you're doing. It's super cool. So you're trying to reason with it to save money and also be optimized at the same time while not skimping on actual like data and calls it needs to make, correct?
Yeah, and I've made a lot of mistakes on the way. Sure. I kind of had in my head what I wanted to do, and then I probably don't give it the best instructions right from the get-go.
Right.
And then it sometimes misinterprets what we're doing, or thinks some things might be more important than others. Yeah. And I have to kind of like realign it, and then it updates the instructions, and it just gets better.
Cool.
And it just keeps getting better and better.
Right. Yeah. It's not going to get worse.
Yeah. But overall, because we're dealing. It is a very, very high value return on what we're doing because it's a 15-year-old real estate sales database of clients that went from about 4,000 people to 8,200.
Nice. Okay.
And here's what my thoughts were, my gut thoughts when I started this. I'm like, my 4,000 people in my database, I'm pretty sure it's closer to half that of real people.
Duplicates.
I think there's a lot of duplicates. I think there's a lot of just junk leads in here.
Emails that don't get synced up with the right person. Yeah.
And when I first started this process, I was right to an extent. It said like there's about 1,200 of these that are fake emails.
Okay.
And like just like they're complete junk.
Right.
We don't need them in here at all. But with your other data sources, going through your old emails, finding other people, finding spouses, going through your text messages, your old phone calls, all that stuff. Did you know you actually have 8,200 people?
Yeah.
Total. And I'm just like, oh, did not know.
Cool.
Okay, we're going to enrich this. Like at least it found the right amount of people that should be in there.
Yeah.
And then it's been working on getting the data as clean as possible.
Okay.
And I've given it more access than the FBI has, to my personal life to try to this digital footprint that I've ever had with any person.
Yeah.
And that's basically what I've given it access to. I'm like, okay, over the last 15 years, and some people may not like this. I don't care.
Right.
But I like over the last 15 years, my doors are open to my digital footprint life.
Yeah. I think
and you have full access to go through it all and be an investigator and figure out who all these people are that I've been dealing with.
Yeah. See, so you gave it access, and I don't think there's any inherently bad thing about that.
Yeah.
If you ever read terms and conditions, like when you sign up for a website, like they pretty much already have access.
Google's already got all your info.
Right.
So
like, read the terms of service of like Facebook and Instagram. I'm kid you not. Like if you are a user of our property, like nothing you post is private, and like
we actually own it.
Yeah, we actually have the ownership. And
every video you upload to YouTube, it's actually their video.
I always see people like on Facebook post like, "Oh, I'm part of the Constitution or whatever." Like I'm saying they're copying pasting a template that says like, "I don't give Facebook permission." I'm like, that's not how this works. You're on the platform using it. You already gave up that right.
Yeah,
this is funny how people are like, you can't have my information because I'm saying you can't right now.
We have pretend rights
in
this country. Hey, quick commercial break here. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I really do appreciate it. If you want to give back, let me help you buy a house, or I can help you sell a house. It's the only way I make money when I'm not investing in real estate. I don't make money on this podcast or the events I do, but I do make money only when I help people buy and sell houses. So if you're looking for your next investment and you're here in North Idaho, I want to help you personally. If you are not in North Idaho, I can still help you out. I have a vast network of referral partners all across the country, and I can find the right real estate investor savvy agent for you so you don't have to. It doesn't cost you a thing. Thank you for your support. Back to the show.
Please read your terms of service.
Yeah.
No, we don't
have as many freedoms as most people think anyway.
The terms of service,
but they're pretty good compared to other countries.
Yeah. The terms of service,
let's just run with it.
The terms of service are this. If you want to use our platform, you agree to let us own it. You agree to let us own all the things you put on there. If you don't use our platform, we won't use it.
Yeah.
So if you're using Facebook, I want you to know you're not as private as you think.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't actually own anything.
Right.
You can control data, but you don't actually.
But even then, like it's just like a couple clicks away.
We're speaking real general here.
Yeah.
But
like
try to get over the fear of like, oh my God, it's going to have access to everything. Yeah.
Like
if that's what you want.
If the FBI wanted it right now, they could pull a warrant for us. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they could just get this stuff anyway.
Unless you've got something to hide.
Yeah.
Which I know people hate when people say that too.
Right.
Oh, if you don't have anything to hide. But honestly, like as long as you're not doing anything illegal, I don't think you should be too nervous about giving your private AI tools anyway. They're like, these are going on local hardware.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, but it is connected to the internet. And I mean,
it's all it is. It's client information. I mean, it's information about potential house viewings.
Right.
There's nothing that secretive about it.
Yeah.
And it's not like I was ever cheating on my wife or anything, and AI is going to figure it out.
Right. Whoa.
Like maybe that's why I don't care as much, because I just don't have any secrets that I'm aware of.
Yeah. I got nothing to hide. I mean, same with you. Like,
and I just don't care.
most of my phone calls and text messages are just about work.
Yeah. And the nudes that I have on my phone are not that great.
Yeah, they're not. They're from 10 years ago when we actually looked good.
Yeah. They're AI enhanced.
Yeah, they are. They are now. That's for sure.
I'm just kidding.
Maybe run that through a couple filters for me if you don't mind. Cool. So your CRM, it's obviously it's not done yet, but it's getting there. What's it look like when it's completely done? Is it going to be really optimized going forward? Because you've been you've been working on this thing.
So I'm going to give you a little taste here, Jeremy. Since you're asking, I'm going to go. So this is what I use. This is our new tech stack, because this is what I found to work better. There's Go High Level is the new CRM that I decided to work on based off multiple AIs telling me that this is the one to use.
Yeah, so Alex Ramosi told me to do it. That's why I did it. Yeah.
But I think I went to Grok, ChatGPT, and Claude all to figure out what would be the best CRM to use going forward. And
update
even though Go High Level is not specific for real estate agents, this was the recommended path, because I wanted it to be very AI friendly.
Sure.
To where my bots would have full access to it as much as possible, because I knew going forward, the only way we're going to have a clean database is if a robot is doing it.
It's true.
Just based off my history.
If you put that information in, you're probably going to muck it up faster than anybody.
Yeah, but I've been doing this long enough to know that I'm not going to all of a sudden become disciplined,
right,
and start using my CRM. But if I can set it up in a way to where a bot is using my CRM, that's what I like.
Okay.
Because it's still something that is critical to our business to have.
Sure.
So I'm on Go High Level, and I'm going to click on. We've got to click on our business first, because there's different sub accounts you can have. I'm going to click on my contacts, and why don't we just go to somebody random that we know, like Brett Shoemaker or something?
Sure.
Pull up him.
Yeah, we can pull up Brett Shoemaker.
I'm going to pull up Brett Shoemaker. Now, Brett is not somebody I think I've added to my database personally, directly. But look, he's in there.
Hey.
So I'm going to click on Brett. And right here, look, there's 12 tags. Active texter, deal flow, enriched, investor, investors, referral potential. Source from the iPhone, Facebook friends, Samsung, Spirit Lake.
We also
actually lives in Spirit Lake.
Yeah. We also got permission from Brett, because we didn't get permission.
And check out these notes.
He's been on the show before.
I did not make these notes.
Okay.
But somebody can go into my CRM and they can look up Brett Shoemaker. He's an active investor out of Spirit Lake, Idaho. And this is his address. I'm not going to say it out loud,
right,
but they've got his address right here. We've been texting regularly since at least January 2023, with 263 iPhone messages through early 2026, covering deals, closings, and property leads. His May 2024 text references running numbers on a Hayden Lake house at $530,000 for someone named Trace. He's clearly connected to the investor network and comfortable sending deal flow my way. His domain, Invest with Brett, signals that he's a serious investor. So this is actually wrong.
Okay.
Brett is he's a lender.
Yeah.
He is an investor.
Yeah, he is.
Like, he owns an investment company, but you can tell these are all in the notes. We've got his email, his phone number, and this is why I do need to go through, and there's still more cleanup to do.
Sure.
Because it hasn't cross-referenced as much as I wanted it to.
Yeah.
And that's the big issue I've been having. Each phase, it kind of like works as its own. And that's why I think I'll be done within a week or so.
Cool.
But there are final touches, and this will be cleaned up again.
Yeah.
But at least, this is one of 10,000 people that are in the database right now.
Yeah.
Well, it went to 10. I think there's duplicates now.
Sure.
But at least, before this, Brett wasn't in my database at all.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't think.
Okay.
And because we certainly don't have any existing notes. These are just enriched notes.
Sure.
That AI put in.
Okay.
But pretty helpful.
Yeah.
For somebody if somebody were to jump in, to my database, a new guy that started on my team, he'd be able to just read through these and be like, oh, okay. Looks like
Get a general idea.
Looks like Nick knows who Brett is.
Right. Yeah. They've talked to each other.
If they've had that many messages back and forth, and then this is his address. So it's something.
Yeah.
It's better than not existing at all.
I would 100% agree with you.
Which is what the case was
right
prior to this.
Yeah. As long as the data's not like too bad where it's unusable and you call somebody and be like, hey, it looks like you've talked to Nick 1,000 times. They're like, I don't know who Nick is.
Yeah.
Like
there are also random little mistakes. Like I think it blacklisted you.
Oh,
but
what did I do?
Let's go to yours and see, because I haven't looked at yours yet.
Okay.
Jeremy Kitchen, 12 tags. You got a lot. Okay. Oh, the photographer's one of them.
Hey,
isn't that cool?
That's kind of cool.
It created its own tag as you as a photographer.
Samsung, because we've been talking for a couple years.
It's got your birthday.
That's
August
right.
9th, 1987.
Well, don't give that away, but sure.
Oh yeah, you don't want people knowing. Jeremy is a photographer, and I've been working with him since at least the mid 2018.
Which is true.
With 3,000 plus text messages and regular calls going back years.
Yeah.
Let's see. In 2026, he's still booking shoots, coordinating a Pinehurst session.
Yeah.
Anyway, the KV lead, blah 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 blah. It's got notes in here.
Yeah.
So it's not perfect. Doesn't mention that you're a podcast host or anything like that, but it's got something in here.
But we also don't mention podcast hosts in like our our text. You know what I mean?
Not always.
Yeah. Well, we're always like talking.
But it
about,
could be better.
Yeah,
could be better. But it's got something in here.
Yeah. For somebody who doesn't know me, you would know that, like, okay, like, look, he's a real estate photographer. He's been clearly working with NERT for a long time.
3,000 plus text messages and regular calls.
Yeah.
That means if somebody were to jump in here, they'd be like, oh, he knows Nick.
Yeah. They've clearly had a conversation before.
Now let's just go to some rando if we can. Let's just make up a name because we have so many names.
Brenda.
Okay, turns out I've got a lot of Brendas. There's 2 pages of Brendas. Let's go to this one, Brenda Nearpass.
TPB, 2 pages of Brendas.
Brenda is an agent at Kelly Wright Real Estate of Coeur d'Alene. First text in 2021 about a cash deal on this address with her clients owned free and clear with a bump clause. Active deal starting again in October 2025 with 51 texts total. This is actually true.
Cool.
I'm working with Brenda.
Yeah.
On a property that we're selling, and she brought the buyer.
Nice.
So this is kind of cool.
So you guys found out back and forth recently.
This is a real estate agent, and if I ever wanted a marketing, let's say I wanted to try to recruit agents or something like that.
Yeah.
This is an agent that we've already got data on.
Yeah.
Automatically, I didn't.
Yeah.
I never put Brenda in my database, but
so here's a question for you. If you are just getting on a whim and you're already in your Go High level and you're like just kind of scrubbing data, can you add a couple tags in there like agent, do these things, and then will the AI like make it better as it goes, having more tags in the initial CRM? Or does it scrub from other sources and just only bring into Go High level?
Say that again. Sorry, I don't think I followed.
No, that's okay. So let me try to simplify it for you for your little simple brain.
Okay.
Okay. No. If you are in Go High level,
yes,
and you put notes in there, and you're telling AI to continue to update the notes, will it see that you've updated the notes in the Go High level, and then scrub for additional material outside of that, knowing that you put better notes in the actual CRM? And then, so say if you put real estate agent or real estate investor, would it update the notes from your emails and try to find more information?
If I ask it to,
okay,
specifically,
yep.
Yes.
Cool.
But I do also have it set up to where either of my bots, I can just message on Telegram. If I just got a new lead, let's say somebody sent me a contact, I can basically screenshot that text message from somebody else.
Yeah.
And I've done this before, and I'll send it to my Kyle or Katie, whoever. I've got Kyle and Katie. And I'll say, hey, I just got this referral from this person. Can you put them in Go High? I don't even say Go High level, just GHL.
Yeah.
With updates and set a task to call later today,
sure,
or something like that. And within seconds, you can go to High level and you can see they created a new contact.
Okay.
And they'll tag it with whoever the referral person was.
Okay.
and there'll be notes there, and all of their information, whatever they were able to get, is already there.
Okay.
So contacts already created, and then it can kind of work from there. And then, the next day, if I don't even have to go to there anymore, and I can just, let's say I have a conversation with that lead.
Yeah.
I can go to my text, my Telegram, and I can do a voice message and be like, "Hey, I just spoke with whoever, Samuel Knight,
Yeah.
that lead from yesterday that came from Corey.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to meet up at his house tomorrow. It's a listing appointment at this address.
Cool.
Put all the notes and go high level.
Yeah.
And then just send that, and it will do that for me.
Awesome.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Is that helpful?
Yeah, it's kind of helpful. I don't know
Yeah,
exactly what
and then-
question I was trying to get down to, but yeah, the letting the systems know that they can talk to each other is kind of where I was at.
Yeah. So it can. So the bots will have full access to the CRM, just like they were employees.
Yeah.
Working there.
Cool.
And they can make edits and additional notes, create opportunities. So
Sure.
like if we have, we just won under contract on a listing, create this opportunity. Here's the contract.
Yeah.
Like just forward the contract, and it will read who the agent is, the other agent we're dealing with, who the buyer is, who the seller is, all their contact info, and start creating an opportunity to like move this to a pending status.
Sure.
That way it can actually start the transaction coordination process too, automatically.
Sure.
Which I'm training Katie on. Kyle's more the front end.
Katie's
like,
formerly
sales.
Raven, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Katie Bennett is formerly Raven, more of a normal real name person.
Yeah.
But basically being trained on 7 years of emails.
Okay.
And our systems on how to manage a transaction.
Sure.
Where it can just, over the last 7 or 8 years, just look at how do we communicate with lenders, title people, other agents, and just push the ball forward.
Sure.
If all you can do is look at emails and try to find some examples of transactions where almost everything was completed purely through email instead of any phone calls.
Yeah.
And it can train off that data.
Okay.
And kind of know who are the people that we regularly talk to, and how do we update people, and what kind of systems we use to make sure that nobody's waiting on us.
Sure.
Or nobody's, we're always pushing the ball to somebody else.
Yeah.
And waiting for something, and then updating our clients at the same time.
Love it.
And that's a system that we're training and building for Katie, is how to, once an opportunity has been created in our CRM of like, hey, now we just started this transaction, you take the ball from there.
Yeah.
And make sure this transaction gets closed.
How does your business partner feel about all this that you're making up?
I feel like she doesn't believe that it's real. And she's just letting me go for it. And then she'll check in to see
what's the worst that can happen.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
when we can actually have results, then she'll be impressed.
Yeah. Like the worst that can actually happen is nothing happens.
Right.
But the best is there's so much more upside than downside for trying.
Yeah. But it can happen.
Yeah.
It just takes a lot of putting systems in place and training, and like being willing to fail a little bit, and being willing to be embarrassed by like, hey, sorry, my AI assistant sent you that email. They shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haha.
I'm willing to take a little bit of risk in order to see if I can get ahead of the curve. 'Cause I can see this stuff coming years from now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone's going to have an AI assistant helping them with their admin work.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just trying to get ahead of it.
Yeah.
To just really get good at it. And that it's just fun for me.
Yeah.
That way we can free up Saber's time to go sell more houses and make more money.
Yeah.
Because
and that's what she wants to do, right?
She does.
Okay.
Yeah. She likes showing houses and likes, and makes a lot more money when she does that.
Sure.
So if we can free up her time where she's just doing less admin work.
So she wants to be more of an agent, less of an admin?
Well, I mean, she'll make more money doing that. I mean, I think she likes doing her work, but a lot of it's just mind-numbing, repetitive tasks that does take skill. But can it be automated? Yes.
Yeah.
It can, with the right systems and training.
Sure.
There's always going to be, I feel like, some sort of a human element that's going to help oversee things and make sure that things are getting done correctly.
Yeah.
Just like I have to kind of oversee a new employee.
Yeah.
And make sure that things are actually getting done correctly the way I want them. But I just think that there's an incredible opportunity just sitting on the table for anybody to, like, the technology does exist to where anything that can be done on a computer can be automated.
Yeah.
So why not just take the time to set up the systems to automate, you know, hours and hours of future
Sure.
labor,
Yeah.
you know?
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Very cool. So your plan with this, once it's all done, like what's the next thing you are going to be working on with your AI implementation? I'm sure you're working on a lot of things at once, like guys like
Yeah.
us typically do, but like this is a
So
big project. So what's like your next big project after this?
so here's what I found out. It was such a big project that I had to break it into sub projects.
Okay.
And I have a so in the main project was just simply like REI Realty AI implementation.
Mm-hmm.
And it was how to basically implement AI in every part of my business.
Right. Right.
And then it had to break into different things so there wouldn't be so much context bloat.
Sure.
And it would be faster and easier so I have like one documentation that's like a universal context
Mm-hmm.
of like who I am and what we're building and the computers that we have and all that stuff.
Sure.
And then I've got so my personal financial strategy project.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a comprehensive financial advisor workspace for me. And so it's got a full picture across my family, my real estate, my debts, my insurance, my life insurance, all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
and my business. And then I've got a bookkeeping project.
Mm-hmm.
I've got this long-term project that's kind of parked right now, but it was part of the AI implementation was to build a referral machine.
Yeah.
But we kind of took that out and just left that as a project to be worked on in the future once we get things dialed in.
Sure. Okay.
There's the actual client enrichment. We call it the data infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
So go high level configuration, contact data, enrichment pipelines, database hygiene, data source master index, name pollution passes, the data layer that everything just sits on.
Okay.
So it still has context about my main business, but this is more focused on like the CRM.
Sure.
And then there's the KDTC training. And this is where we have deep work on Katie Bennett, who's a robot,
Mm-hmm.
training like on
Not a robot, an AI.
an AI bot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is a whole project where she's just training on Sabra's job for
Yeah.
the most part, the transaction coordination part specifically. Like, so that's its own kind of project within the project.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty big. And then there's the REI Realty Command Center. So this is just kind of an overview of the community, the actual projects that maybe isn't like specific to anything, but just the overview of my real estate sales business.
Sure.
And implementing AI. And it's more of just like what should I work on when and how.
Okay.
There's the voice corpus. So this is a project that's got a lot of my business comes from online podcasts and stuff.
Sure.
And this is so it's trained on a lot of my podcasts. It's got in the project files just a ton of our best podcasts we've ever had,
Mm-hmm.
all the transcripts, and it's trained on who I am and what I can teach on,
Okay.
and what we can build. So if I wanted to come up with a new like a book or something like that, like I want my own real estate investing book, how to invest like me.
Yeah.
And then it's already got the best of the best, and it can kind of come up with its own content for that.
Sure.
But mostly, this is also a project for the cloning tool
Mhm.
where AI videos of myself and my image and me just talking about topics
Yeah.
can be created through there's HiGen
Mhm.
is what it's called, or HeyGen. And that's like a website where it just records your voice and your image,
Mm-hmm.
and then you give it scripts, and it will look and sound just like you, like just doing a podcast.
Yeah.
But I made that even better by outsourcing the voice to 11 Labs, where it's got lots of trained.
And you have the pro
voice.
version, I'm assuming,
Yeah,
right?
the pro. Yep. So it sounds 100% just like me.
Yeah.
The exact same voice, tonality, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then it's trained across all these different podcasts and stories that I've done. But the important part is like all my real personal stories, and that it can use in the actual content that it's providing, like had this RV park and blah, 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 blah. And this is why you should do it. So it's like we can come up with just completely AI generated videos that look and sound just like me. And it's actually on my topics and like my style. And all that stuff, if that makes sense.
It does. But I think that's really cool.
But there's 14 podcasts that it's pretty much trained on, and I'm only at 12% of its capacity.
Nice. So you got another one for podcasts, for Investor Shed production. You got a lot of stuff that you're working on in the pipeline.
Yeah, this one, Investor Shed podcast production. So most of what I've just used this one for is posting the clips. So it's a prompt that I will put into the Chrome extension browser of Claude.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, here, set up a week of all these clips to go out, and it'll set 168 posts to different platforms every week, just with one prompt. And and every Monday when we meet up for a podcast, I'll just dump one of our latest episodes into Opus Clips to make all the clips automatically with AI. So it's just a very streamlined way to be able to consistently, and the whole point of all of these projects is like, how can I do my job more efficiently and consistently?
Right.
And this is what helps with this. It's like consistently posting 108 or 168 posts of social media clips a week. That's hard to do consistently.
It is.
Unless it's just one prompt.
Right.
Then it's easy.
Used to be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Have you seen all like the threats we're getting?
Oh, are we getting threats?
We got a couple threats.
Tell me about them.
Let me get over here to our Investor Shed page.
I also have a coaching session to where Claude has all my information about what I own, like my net worth.
Okay.
And the projects that I'm working on and all my debts and all that stuff. That way it can kind of financially coach me on like, hey, how stupid am I being this week? Or like, what should I invest in this stock? Or should I buy, like, take a quick look. What's the first house I should probably sell next?
Right.
If I'm going to sell one of my rentals, and why?
Yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff.
Kind of gives you a little bit of outsider's perspective.
Yeah. Like should I refinance anything? You know,
based off my current numbers.
Yeah. So it has like it has all my current debts, like mortgage amounts, when they're due, and all that stuff. So that I can actually kind of have a custom coach to, like, if I want to check in weekly, like, hey, what should I focus on? Or is there anything I can do to improve my portfolio?
Yeah.
And what would be the first no-brainer thing I should probably do?
Sure.
So yeah, that's a look at those projects. But
cool. So you got a lot in the pipeline.
Lot in the pipeline. Yeah. And I still use Grok too. This is all just Claude. I use Grok for some other projects. Trying to do the hardest thing is trying to do good YouTube thumbnails.
Is it? Okay.
I don't know why I struggle so hard with that. I think I just need to use yet another platform.
Fall.ai does pretty good on those.
What is it called?
Fall.ai.
Fall.ai?
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, you just give it image generation prompts, basically what it is for credits, but you give it like a couple photos of us and say like, hey, like, can you rework these? Give it a prompt like, these are the people I want in it.
Yeah.
And then make me a compelling YouTube thumbnail and have it create 10 different thumbnails. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I have found though, that like these, the clips are, let's try
it does that a lot. It does that a lot lately.
I thought we had that turned off.
Nope.
Okay. Our camera was trying to autofocus. I apologize to everybody.
It's done it like 30 times on this episode, by the way.
Has it?
Yep.
Oh, damn.
I mean, you're not looking at the screen. I see the screen right over here, so I just keep seeing it. Anyway, we're working on it. Yep. Enjoy the audio at least.
Yeah. Anyway, it's exciting. I know we talk about AI a lot, and stop.
See, I told you. Oh my God.
There we go.
It's distracting me because I keep looking over like, oh no.
That is distracting. Holy crap.
Yeah. So hey, but before you kind of like we kind of wind down, like obviously you're building this cool thing that helps implement to your CRM. Is this something that you are going to release on like how you did it and how to optimize it? Because I think that it would be you don't have to charge anyone but
Oh,
I know AI thinks it's
yeah.
like really expensive, but like it's a $10 product. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Really, it's a way to
not,
capture an email.
It's absolutely not a priority.
Yeah.
But it's absolutely in the back of my head, and AI Claude knows about it in that project. Like, hey, I would also like to monetize potentially sometime in the future this system for building, if we can build a playbook out of once we get this right. So that was the key. Like once we actually finish this project and it's correct, can we duplicate it with somebody else and make it much easier and faster and not a month process?
I think,
and it says yes, absolutely. There's a lot that we've learned that are easier roads to take.
I think you do this in kind of a two-step thing, and I see this all the time. Of course, like, hey, sign up for our free email or PDF on how to optimize your CRM with AI, right?
Yeah.
So you give like your 10, 15 like basics. And then like, hey, if you want the bigger version where we go in depth on how to do this, it's $97 or whatever.
Yeah.
That's how you do that. You get them in the door with a free thing. You market that free thing with their email address. Like,
yeah. And that's why this is another reason why I get so excited about AI, because I know everybody jokes all the time that like it's out to take all of our jobs. But the amount of opportunities that it's just going to create, or the amount of new jobs that we're going to get out of it, is just sickening.
Yeah.
Like there's just going to be so much abundance that's going to come out, and all these new things that we never even thought of. New businesses are going to pop up.
Yeah.
The AI guys that can enrich your client data. Like people are still going to want to spend their money.
Right.
These business owners.
I was
They're
listening
still going to want to invest and get better.
Right.
They're not just going to save the money and then cut expenses. People don't. That's not how America works.
I was listening to My First Million. I've just been listening to that podcast lately.
Yeah.
They were talking about this. So obviously, like whenever a technology boom hits, jobs get created. You would like, and he referenced it back to,
they're just not so obvious right away.
They're not obvious right away, but there's opportunity, and that's what they talk about. He went back into, when you used to have to make a long distance phone call, you'd have to call an operator, and an operator would have to take basically your local number and plug it into the number it needed to go.
Switchboard.
Right. So then like once somebody figured out that you could just automate that switchboard, all those jobs went away. There were no more operators.
Yeah.
But those people ended up working for like the phone company, and then they did other things like, Verizon got made and AT&T got made, and these big call centers got made where they're taking on customer service work rather than just plugging a phone line in. Like it created jobs.
Yeah. Because the cost went way down.
Yeah.
So the demand went way up.
Yep.
For more calls.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that was just the.
Do you remember when you were a kid, long distance?
Yeah. We'd have to buy like long distance call the cards.
Well, we just had to, like, if we're calling our grandmother that lives in California, like kids these days have no idea.
No.
Like it had to be a quick call with grandma.
Yeah.
Because we were getting charged 10 cents a minute, or
probably more than that.
Or 50 cents a minute, $1 a minute, whatever it was. I can't really remember, but I do remember this. When I was a kid, you're calling anybody out of state?
Yep.
Out of state. The state of Idaho.
Yep.
You called Washington. You're getting in trouble.
Yeah.
We don't have that issue today.
Right. Most phone plans have, free domestic and international calling plans.
Yeah. You can call Canada.
Right.
You get away with it. I remember when I first started in real estate, the calls I made to Canada, I got heavy bill. I remember I had a $500 phone bill because I had one client in Canada that I sold a house to and made like $800.
Oh, jeez.
But that's how rough it was for us back then.
Yeah.
But the technology gets better. Apparently jobs go away, but just new ones get created.
Yeah. I mean, the jobs get like morphed into something that's optimized, and then those people find something even cooler to work on that's not just plugging a phone line in. They're just helping people in different ways. And I thought that was a really cool
when
example.
It comes to Sabra on our team, yes, I'm trying to automate most of her task away, not her job.
Right.
Her job is to manage our team.
Right. There's no going away from that.
And if we can eliminate a bunch of the no-brainer tasks that can be automated, amazing. She can just do a better job at managing our team.
Yeah.
Or, there's so much always to do. There's unlimited opportunity. The last thing in the world I would want is to rely on a robot and just kick Sabra down the curb.
Right.
Like I just can't picture a world where I'd be like, that would be an option.
Right.
It just sounds like a disaster.
Yeah.
Because eventually, like, things break.
Yeah.
and you're going to need people there to like pick up where we left off. But the whole point, it's not just to save money, it's to make more money.
Right.
And that's what a lot of entrepreneurs that love AI can recognize. It's like, it's not just, oh, all this money I'm going to save. No, it's just all this opportunity I can create and build.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
And it's always the naysayers that are going to lose.
I agree with you.
Yeah. All right. I think we did it.
I think we did it.
We did it.
Let me know when you come out with this program. Oh, no. We talk about it because it's really important to talk about right now. Like, these are things that are happening in the business industry. And if you're not on top of it, you will fall behind.
It's going to happen.
Thanks for helping. Yeah. Thanks for helping keeping me up on it. Cause I have a hard time.
I'm glad we can talk about AI once a week.
Yeah.
Even if it's just us.
Yeah. I love it.
All right, everybody. Don't forget to send us some kisses, little smoochies via comments.
Yeah,
because apparently we're getting lit up in the comments by people that hate us, but you didn't actually go over any.
I'll talk about it later. I couldn't find it. They were so far down on the thing, and I'm like, they're somewhere.
Because we have so many new clips.
There's a lot of clips. Yeah. Anyway, somebody was like, "It's your turn next," and like I'm like, I texted back like, "What does that mean?" And they said, "You'll find out." And I'm like,
"Your turn next."
Are you threatening me? I don't.
What was the context?
It was about something you did, like a builder house. I'll find it after the show and I'll show you. But it was some girl, and I'm like, I'll respond to your hate mail. Sure, yeah. And she's from Idaho, and I'm like, who are you?
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
F off and die. Have a good day, everybody.
Thank you so much for checking out the Investor Shed podcast. If you enjoyed your time, make sure to leave a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Follow along on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at The Investor Shed for shorts and promos about each episode. Do you want to be a guest or know someone who has great real estate investing advice and stories? Reach out to us at theinvestorshed@gmail.com.